If you're trying to get started with FPV but don't know where to start, then this is the video for you. How's it going, guys? My name is Parker Shepard, and today we're going to be talking about how to get started with FPV. And links to all the products in this video will be in the description, so you guys can go down and find the link for everything. I'll have it listed with the name of the product, as well as the link to buy it on. So you guys can go down there and find all the products that we talk about in this video in the description. So the first thing you're going to need to get started with FPV is a controller. I recommend the TBS Tango 2. This is my favorite controller for FPV, and I've been using it since I started. This controller is super small and lightweight, making it a great controller to travel with. And especially if you're doing a bunch of hiking like I do, it's easy to pack in your bag and take on the trail. Once you have your controller and you've gotten some practice in the simulator, the next thing to do is get a pair of goggles. I recommend the DJI FPV Goggles V2. In my opinion, these are the best goggles on the market right now. This is how you'll see through the drone whenever you're flying. The goggles use an HD system, which will help you see more clearly than an analog system. Now let's dive into drones. For your first drone, I recommend the Cinelog 25. This is a great beginner drone to help you learn how to fly FPV and be comfortable on the sticks. It's small, light, and protected with foam, so you can fly it indoors and not have to worry about damaging anything, and to give you a great feel for flying FPV for the first time. Now, if you are buying this drone and pairing it with the TBS Tango 2, make sure you're buying it with a Crossfire module installed on it for the receiver. You also want to make sure that you're buying the HD version of it so it can pair with your DJI goggles. Once you've been flying and you feel comfortable and you're ready to move up to something bigger, you can upgrade to the Nazgul 5. It's built by iFlight and it comes pre-tuned, so you don't have to do any setup once you get the drone. You can just pair it to your controller, pair it to your goggles, set up your buttons on the controller, and you're ready to fly. The 5-inch FPV drones are the ones that I fly the most. It can carry a full-size GoPro, which allows you to get cinematic FPV drone shots. Again, if you're buying this drone and pairing it with the TBS Tango 2 and the DJI FPV goggles, make sure you're buying the HD version and make sure you're having the Crossfire module added to the drone. In addition to this, make sure you're buying the 6S version of this drone. The 6S version of this drone will give you more power and more control whenever you're flying the quad. Now, if you're flying the 5-inch and you want to get cinematic FPV videos, you're going to have a camera. I recommend the GoPro Hero 10. This camera lets you record in 5K and gives you great results. This is the camera that I use for all of my FPV content. And we'll dive into camera settings and how to set up the GoPro in a later video. Now that you have your drones, your radio, and your goggles picked out, it's time to pick up some batteries. Whenever you're buying batteries, I recommend buying between 4 and 8 batteries because they usually only last around 4 to 5 minutes, so you're gonna go through them pretty quick. My favorite brand of batteries is Tat2. They're just a really well-trusted brand, and I use them for all of my FPV drones now, and they're pretty much the only batteries I fly anymore. For the Cinelog 25, you're gonna wanna buy the 850 milliamp battery in 4S, and you're gonna make sure it's an XT30 connection. For the 5-inch Nazgul, you're gonna wanna buy the 1300 milliamp battery in a 6S version with an XT60 attachment. Once you have all your batteries, you're going to need a charger to charge them. I recommend the HobbyMate D6 Duo Pro as your charger. This charger is great because it allows you to charge 2 batteries at the same time and set the voltage for each battery. It also has a USB port and a wireless charger built into it, so I always plug in my controller into the USB port and put my phone on top to charge while I'm charging my lipos. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys liked today's video, drop a like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you guys next time with more FPV content.